What is up, guys? IceBear Gaming here. I just wanted to give you a good throwback video to Battlefield 3. Now, this was probably one of my favorite games back in the PS3 days whenever I used to be playing on the PS3 whenever I was growing up for a bit, and this was probably one of my favorite games that I played the most. I never reached level 100, but I did manage to be able to get to a high enough level to where I was satisfied enough and everything like that. Sure, I'm a little bit higher level in Battlefield 4 than I am in here, but in here it takes a lot more time to be able to level up. So I figured, why not make a throwback video? Now every week I'll be trying to go back and play some old games on my PS3, and it was very fun to come back and play this. And if you guys want, I can do more videos on the Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 and everything like that, but that's completely up to you. But I will be making some Destiny content here soon, hopefully. And I wanted to give you guys a quick little update for the channel itself. Now, for the channel itself, I'll be doing commentaries like this and everything like that, and if you've seen how I've been doing like the intros and everything like that, I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of information of how I'm going to be doing it. For commentaries and that sort of thing, there will be an intro and outro, that kind of thing that I've been doing on the lack of Destiny content and the Thorn thing, but the Thorn did not have an outro until a little bit later, until I did the lack of content for Destiny's Rise of Iron. But I will say this now, that would be for only commentaries and everything like that, and for Battlefield randomness that I'll be making here eventually soon, and live streams and that kind of thing. I will not be doing the intros or anything like that. But let's talk about the game here. This is me doing some sniping gameplay, and the sniping in here was just amazing. Like, this was probably one of my favorite game classes to be able to play in Battlefield 3. The sniping felt amazing, and all that other stuff. Not only that, but I also, like, this is where I first started playing Battlefield games. This was my very first Battlefield game I've ever played. I did have Battlefield 2 on PC, but I could never get it to run, so I would have loved to have been able to play it, but I just never had that luxury. But maybe nowadays, maybe I can try and hook it up to my newer PC and maybe try and play it from there. That'd be kind of cool. So maybe you might see some gameplay with that. The sniper I'm using is the L96, which in Battlefield 4 it was called the L96A1, then it got changed to the L115, but in here it's just called the L96. I'm using the 8x sight and straight pull and no other accessories or anything like that, mostly because whenever I first got this gun, it was so many years ago, I personally just got the the Back to Karkan map pack just for this gun alone, because it was one of my favorites to be able to use, one of my favorite guns. The way it looks, the design and the sound of it, and the bolt rechambering, and just all of it is just amazing looking, and it's probably one of my most used weapons in the sniper class outside of the M98B and the SV98. And not only that, but it's been a while since I've actually played some Battlefield 3. Really, I played a little bit probably a couple months ago, probably back around January, maybe February, somewhere around in that timeline. It's been quite a bit though, and I didn't even snipe whenever I played in it. So coming back to it now, it felt really refreshing. I actually went on I got 73 kills and 30 deaths, I believe. It'll be there at the end. It'll tell us on whatever I got. But yeah, they were getting really mad at me while I was up here. Like, the entire time I was up here, they were always just constantly up here trying to get me or snipe me out of this area. But there were a few lucky moments that I had where I was just wrecking them, and it felt weird coming back to this game, mostly because I've been playing on PS4 and everything, and having a PS3 controller in your hand really feels weird, considering how bulky and awkward the PS4 controller was at first, and then whenever you got used to it, my hands kind of adapted to it, and now coming back and playing on a PS3 controller, very weird. So if you own a PS4 and you haven't played your PS3 in a while, and if you do, you'll notice the feeling on how it feels when you're holding a PS4 and a PS3 controller in your hand. But either way, back to the gameplay. I was on the American side, but I joined in late, and you'll see that at the beginning of the video. I was on the American, well, I was on the US team at first, and then a new game started up, and we went over to the Russian side. And quite honestly, this is probably one of my favorite things to do, is just come on here on No Shark Canals and snipe and all that other stuff, mostly because there's not really many servers that run of all the map packs or anything anymore, so it kind of was weird just, you know, not really seeing it, considering in Battlefield 4 all the servers are still running and everything like that. Granted, it's not as old as this game, but still, it's coming up to it pretty quickly. And it won't be too much longer until Battlefield 4 starts dying off, and just whenever I'm just about to start getting used to it, so it's going to be very weird whenever, you know, Battlefield 4 actually does die off. But there's another thing I actually wanted to talk about. How would you guys feel if DICE decided to bring back Battlefield 3 and made it the same way, maybe update the sound quality and everything, but keep the movement, the mechanics, and everything the same, but gave us all the DLC for like $60 and the base game and everything? How would you guys feel about that? Would you guys come back and play it, or would you guys be more interested in playing Battlefield 1? Because I don't see why they wouldn't. This is probably one of the, outside of Bad Company 2, this is probably one of my favorite Battlefield games, because this was my very first one, and I love Battlefield Bad Company 2. The sniping in there felt amazing, and everything like that as well, but in here you got the straight pull and all that other good stuff, and it just, I would be so happy if they brought this back, because it's awesome. I love the mechanics, I love everything about it, how quickly you move, and the way the guns felt and everything like that. It's just weird nowadays that, you know, they're trying to aim towards more realism and stuff like that. And here it felt real, but also it felt, you know, arcadey in a sense too. But in Battlefield 4, there's more weight to your character. You have, like, you move around like really sluggish and everything like that, and you start to go from like a jog to a sprint, and here you just go like you start to put your gun down and you're starting to go into a sprint instead of a jog then to a sprint. So it's just interesting seeing the old gameplay mechanics and everything, and coming back to it was really enjoying. So I have a couple other games I have in mind that I might be going back to. Maybe I might do Sniper Elite, maybe I might do, I don't know, maybe Army of 2, Black Ops 1 Zombies, or something like that. I don't know. I'll keep them all in mind, but it'll be sometime next week. It won't be on a specific day or anything like that. It'll be throughout a random day, but I'll probably try and aim for Thursdays as best as I can, if you guys don't mind. But either way, thank you for listening to me talk about, you know, the whole Battlefield 3 and everything like that. And I'm kind of hoping it does come back, because it was a very good game, and a lot of people could probably agree with me on that one too. And this is probably where, this was one of the games where we actually had a really good team and everything like that. It was me, Faster Killer, Username, and all of them. We used to just get on here and just play. Normally right after school we would just get on, play for a bit, and it was really fun. And, you know, I would get home about like 3:21 or some shit like that, and I would get on from there, and I would be on until about 11 or so at night. And it was very fun, and I hardly see from those guys anymore, so it'd be nice to hear back from them once in a while. I haven't heard anything from Steve for about like a year or two, and my friend Faster Killer, I tried talking to him, I want to say probably about back last year, about September or so. Nah, it was about maybe September, October, somewhere around there. But I haven't talked to him for a bit. The last time me and him played, we were playing like Minecraft or some shit on PS3. But I don't even know if he even has next gen, and I haven't associated with him in quite some time. So maybe I can hit him up one day. Maybe we can get the crew back together if we're all on next gen, and if we're all on like PS4 and not Xbox One or some shit like that. Either way, keep in mind, this will be the kind of content that you'll be seeing every now and again. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, you know, kind of going back to a throwback kind of old game and everything like that. But either way, I'm going to end the commentary here. I'll let the last little bit of the video play out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, YouTube, I will see you in the next one.